Good morning. Can I have my sound guy not join me on this interview this morning? How are we doing?
We're all good.
Listen, I know we're here to talk about Accra by night, but I just want to ask that, is it wrong if two brothers show affection, not in that LGBTQ manner, show affection for each other, like he's my brother, give him a hug, hold hands, chat, is it wrong if women can do same?
I think there's nothing wrong about that.
Exactly.
It's natural.
Yes.
If there's no back a reason to that, I think it's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just don't feel good. I don't really feel good. Charlie, you meet a friend of yours like, oh hi, the way we can actually hit shoulders and Charlie, that's cool.
You think guys are carrying that ego and pride? That's why we don't want to express ourselves. But true, I mean, there should be nothing wrong with it if I give you a hug and hold hand and
I think it's a matter of also being in tune with the times. Like maybe years
It's
ago,
not with the times. It's always been like
years.
that.
No, but I think years ago it wasn't as pronounced as it is now. That where you'd be seen with someone like holding hands, and the first thought that comes to a person's mind is,
because it's okay for two women
the concept
to hold. It's okay for two women to hold hands, walk in town publicly, but. What is wrong is
the concept of Kojo Besia has always been there. So that's why I'm saying that it's always been there. We're only seeing it more now also because of the onset and spread of social media, right?
Yeah.
But it's always been there. Kojo Besia or Kofi Besia or whatever has always been a name.
No, I'm not talking about
has
that.
Been there from time.
Trip
said something. That's what I'm responding to.
Yeah.
We're not talking about guys who have female
tendencies.
No. I'm talking about two guys.
I know, and I'm
who
saying that
are just very good friends and don't mind holding hands and walking together.
But I haven't seen two guys holding.
But why
hands
should that be a problem?
If they are not
partners?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's weird.
Why should it be weird?
To be, let's say, in the olden days, coming from that cultural perspective, you meet your friend. No, maybe colleagues is like, we normally do, Atu.
Yeah.
It comes with, or sometimes the guys will Atubang, something of that. But I think I go with Trip because it's the times we live in. And people don't want to be seen as, we shy away from that look.
Yeah.
But why will you hold hands with me, honestly?
But why shouldn't I hold hands with my friend?
I prefer fist bump, Charlie push. We move it.
Nice.
It doesn't look nice. You see, then this is what we've done to ourselves. I mean, then we have created this stereotype and we have this stigma around two guys holding hands, and if they see two guys holding hands, it means they are gay.
I'll give you an example.
Give me an example, because I don't accept it.
You could literally be having a conversation with your guy, just pull him by the hand, and you could actually be holding a hand and having a conversation, and you like unconsciously, right? But actively or consciously holding a guy's hand to walk with them. Like,
I beg to ask, at a funeral, when your brother, a friend, has lost a relative or a close friend or something, and it is at a funeral, would it be okay for me to be seen? Let's say, God forbid, I've lost someone, and Kojo is holding my hands, or his arms are around me, or he's hugging me and holding me, and I'm not even crying. Let's just say that he just wants to, keep me cool. Like, is that okay at the funeral? Is that okay?
Yes.
At a funeral, that's fine.
Yes.
No. Me, I wouldn't go.
It's
at a funeral, it's fine.
Contextual in nature, because there's a reason for him. He's consoling you, and that is one way to do that. There's one way to do that, so you can't really have anything to say about it. But if it's just on a regular day, I don't think that there's.
So a man must be down before another man will show emotions.
Jay, 2 days ago, Dope Nation was here.
A man must be down. This is very unfair to men.
Jay, 2 days ago, Dope Nation was here. I hadn't seen them in a while. Michael gave me a hug, and you took a video of it, put it on the screen. That it was too.
No, because I wanted people to understand that it is okay for two guys to hug and stay on the hug for even 3 more seconds. It should be fine, but it's fine. I'm just imagining that because I intend to go on a night experience with Kojo holding hands, and I think there should be nothing wrong with it in Accra. And there are so many places that we should do that easily, Kojo. People be saying that I hate Kojo, but I really, really love him, and I want to put a heart emoji by your name. Anytime you call me, it's a Kojo trip with a heart emoji. Yes, it shouldn't only be a female friend, a bestie, or a wifey, or something. None of that. Or maybe Lenny. Then that's no. it should happen to you, and do same with mine. J Hearts and then Foley.
No, I can't do that.
You will not turn down my relationship with you.
Goodness.
I really care about him.
At this point, it's very cringe, Jay.
No.
Yes,
there should be nothing wrong. And you see, years to come, you would play this footage and say that there should be nothing wrong with two guys expressing.
No one is saying there's anything wrong.
Love
it's just
for
how
each other,
you
not
are
intimately,
going about
just
it.
being friends and being brothers.
No one is saying there's anything wrong. It's how you are going about it that's making it cringe.
Why should the heart emoji be only referenced to women? These are underlining questions. Anyway, that isn't the purpose of our conversation this morning, but we still want to go around Accra because it's very important. Good morning again and welcome.
Thank you.
We have already spoken about Accra by night, but for the purposes of those who probably have never heard anything and feel like, why is it only Accra by night? Why isn't it Accra by Takoradi by night and Kumasi by night and Tamale by night and Ho by night and all the other cities and towns and villages? You might want to explain this to us. What are we looking at?
Thank you, Jay. Like you said, it's not just Accra by night. The theme is night tours. So very soon, we also do Takoradi by night, Cape by night, Kumasi, Ho by night. So we just started with Accra for now.
Okay. Why night? What are we hiding?
Accra is very beautiful in the evening.
Okay, I get it. It's
if you drive through the streets of Accra where traffic is down, there is more discipline. Let me put it that way. So drivers, they are off your way. It's very, very interesting driving through Accra in the evening, and especially we being in the tourism domain, the typical tour bus that we use, the double-decker bus, it gives you a very beautiful view of Accra.
Beyond the discipline that comes at night and the beauty of the city at night, how have you tapped into the 24-hour economy that President John Dramani Mahama mentioned?
24-hour economy, yes. You know, even from our days in school, primary school, we always go for excursions, and that's our day. We are happy going out there, and we'll be doing this during the day. And you and I know how much tourism has contributed to Ghana's GDP, and that's daytime. Why don't we add the evening to make it tourism does not close in Ghana?
Okay,
right.
And Ghana is one of the countries in the world that you can have night tour. You can't just have night tour everywhere in the
because of the safety, right?
That's right.
Okay,
I just want to ask like a quick question.
Go ahead.
Right, so I want to understand how the experience or the initiative changes the perception. You know, our cultural expression sometimes when it comes to tourism is a little performative in nature, because then you go and hire all these, dance troupes and what's not, right? So how does that change the perception of nighttime in Accra, like with regards to the experience?
Okay. Yeah. So looking at the perception, we've always thought that you don't really know a country just by having a tour in the day. So, and you go to other countries, like I always mention Italy. Let's say Turin, though pronounce that Torino. There's always this bit of you understanding how people live at night. And certain tourism prospect, there's something we call community-based tourism. So people go to the extreme. When you meet in psychology, when you meet somebody, there's something we call the dramaturgical model. You end up trying to look good in the person's eye. But whites or people want to move away from that, because when I stay with you in your community, you can't be performing every day. You live to the best of yourself. So you go to places like Afajato. There are rooms, accommodation, sometimes for free, that people who live in them, stay with them, pound that yam fufu thing with them, go to the farm with them and all that. So we believe this expression, or let's say the night tour bit, is a way of actually telling the world how we live during the night. So I think that's
good. I think that's a question that you've answered in advance, because I was going to ask exactly what aesthetics we're looking at, or is it the experience of the culture of the people that we're looking at as the tourism?
Yeah. That's the thing. Combing through Jamestown, you realize that, and some part of Osu, I don't know of Labadi and the rest, but you realize that how can you have outdooring in the evening? What even influenced that? What led to that? You just get to the place and the streets are packed. they get two boys there with gloves and they are boxing. It's like, why didn't you do this in the day? Or why didn't you find time? So it's a whole cultural narrative we are trying to tell the world that, look, Accra is not only bustling. There are other, let's say, capitals, Kumasi and all that. We are yet to explore those. To be very frank, I wasn't born in Kumasi.
I'll tell you one thing you see in Kumasi. I've lived there.
In the evening.
Yes. Bars were taking the streets and people were really having a good time and drinking. Yes, that's you would enjoy. Trust me. Bars, like
bars,
people, overtaking the streets. Yeah.
I schooled in Tadi. And that for one I can say. So I remember I used to ask my friend, Charlie, don't they sleep? Because to be very frank, in Tadi, I would say in the bars from Monday to Sunday, the place is always packed. Jome, chilling, Aze, Erikodo, Empire Bolambo. Some of the times I led staying in Tadi. And you come to Accra, you always know that the guns was Afite Friday. So, you come to Accra, it's a Friday thing. So, Friday, you see people at Republic, Alibar, jamming and all that. But in other places, it's not like that. So, we want to tell the world, we want to tell Ghana, and this in line with the 24-hour economy. Some countries are practicing it. I don't think tourism should be a 9-to-5 thing. It should be a 360. It's supposed to be running all day. There's somebody that... And one interesting thing about tourism, when tourism sets forth, it draws things in. So that's what we call the ancillary services. I'm sure by 8 years, 10 years, 15 years to come, if Accra by night it sets like fully grounded, I'm sure banks would have to open up. Just like we put it with the year of return. All this in the police service will have to act. I remember we forced Kwame Nkrumah because of our night hall thing. When they started, people enjoy the scenery of the renovation. Okay, I want to be there in the evening. I want to see how the trumpets with the water, the colors and all that. But I died down a bit. Now, the gentleman will always tell us that, look, after you guys came, I don't sleep. Say, Charlie, they want to come evening and I get tired. So the 24-hour economy is going to stimulate more, like get people to have jobs. So maybe that gentleman will just go to sleep, let's say after 7 a.m. Another person will be employed to take over the tour and all that. So people will be employed. Yes. Yeah. So that's the beauty of tourism.
Okay.
That's the beauty.
So let's discuss the routes or the routes or the experiences that you have when you jump on the Accra by night.
Jay, sorry, before you. Okay. So I wanted to ask a follow-up to something he said before we get into the routes. I like that he mentioned you mentioned the nightlife in Takoradi and how in Accra, I mean, it differs from city to city. And Accra is mostly on Fridays, right? Which means that, and also the Accra by Night initiative basically means that there is a market that exists at the nighttime, besides like the scenery and everything. So there's actually a market for that. And there's people up at night and engaging in all kinds of activities. I wanted to find out how we're always looking at the positive side of things, right? This is from a negative point of view. How do you think that the initiative, right, risks maybe alienating or creating a certain version of nightlife in Ghana that sort of alienates people from their own space, like their nocturnal space, especially those who are up at night? Because then you are giving the tourists a feel of Ghana by night, a certain version of Ghana by night, right? Which also means that it's going to affect.
My question, though,
so how does this initiative risk alienating people from their own nocturnal spaces? Because during the
people
evening,
have a nightlife.
They have a nightlife. So how does creating this version through the initiative risk alienating those people from having their nightlife experience, their own nightlife experience?
I mean, I feel it shouldn't disturb anybody's nightlife activity.
No, because
neither are they going to show people on camera that so you want to hide
you are introducing something to something that already exists, right?
Yes,
their nightlife. You are introducing something.
I'm sorry I should be answering, but I'm just also you are because I care about you a lot. You understand?
I'm also trying.
No, you are introducing something that is new. It's a new variable, to that. So how does it risk alienating those people from their own space because during the nighttime they engage in their own activities. Now there's people, external
if there's a kinky experience, who wouldn't want to have consumers?
But it's not just a kinky.
If there's
experience.
A bar experience.
It's not just a kinky.
I'm just saying, if there's a bar experience, who would you want to sell more drinks?
There's all kinds of activities that go on.
Even if, pardon me, I shouldn't even say, but if there's a crime experience, who wouldn't want to have more people to attack? I'm just saying that's how bad, that's how good or bad it is. But I'm just saying that the more people experiencing the evening what you call it,
there's a reason
culture,
why there's a reason why
the better.
There's a reason why certain activities only happen at night. Where you go to Osu or you go to Accra, and then there's certain activities you see at night that you will not see happening in the day.
Yes, so
because there's a certain convenience or there's a certain privacy that comes with it.
Yeah, but too much meat never spoils the soup. If you ask me,
I don't know if you.
I mean, I cannot answer this for you, but in my opinion,
well, I would want the lady to answer if she.
For me, like you said, people already have their nightlife, the normal thing that they do. They are boys, girls going together. I also think there are people who come to Ghana for conferences, workshops, who probably from the hotel they are running straight to their conference and everything. When they close, session closed probably by 5-6, they are gone. They are back to their hotel rooms. Yeah. They don't even get to see anywhere in Accra.
Yeah.
So for such people, what do they do? When they go back, they can't even tell anything about Ghana. Mm-hmm. So night tour for those people will be a welcome idea, I think.
Okay.
So you do your workshop, you do everything, and you have a bit of tourism to carry back home
for nice.
And mind you me, Ghana out there is a big thing. When you wear Ghana jersey in France, for example, everybody asks you, "Tu viens du Ghana? Tu viens du Ghana? Tu connais Kwame Nkrumah?" You know, those kind of the Ghana speaks. So somebody coming to Ghana for probably other purposes and adding a little bit of tourism to it, I think is a good one for us.
And in agreement with you, let me ask, and I hope the question will be in agreement with mine, that this is even heavily targeted, or who is it targeted at? Let me even ask that before I even try answering it.
I like your word heavy. It's heavily targeted towards those coming from outside into Ghana, and also open to the locals.
Yeah, because for us locals, we may probably have been seeing this for the past only X number of years in our lives.
And mind you, the boys are coming, They carry their squad come.
Yeah.
They are coming.
Yeah, we will go.
Yes.
But we are boys, Kojo.
It's interesting.
Then now it comes to I want to understand your route here and the places that you look at with what you've done with Accra by Night.
Okay. We gather at the Accra Tourist Information Center. Mm-hmm. That's where the tourism bus is. So when we drive out, we drive through. We want to come out in front of Jubilee House, so that the tour guide will tell the people the story about the Jubilee House. Mm-hmm. Then we proceed to.
Is it the political story or the cultural meaning?
The cultural meaning. For example, why the building is in sort of a stool, not political anyway. Then we drive through nice, and let me chip this one in. People want a long drive through. Mm-hmm. They want to sit on the bus for long. They want to see Accra from that double-decker top. So we come all the way to Jamestown, when, like Lynn said, Jamestown has rich culture and heritage. The tour guide will talk about that. We proceed to Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, where we have a guide tour there also. We come to the Black Star Square. You can't come to Ghana without a picture from the Black Star Square. So Black Star Square, and we do also night market. That's why I see people eating kinky at midnight. I told you. And the kinky is being cooked there.
Valid, yeah.
Your kinky is there, kelewele and pork. Somebody says, "Is it nice? The pork is pork. Pork never goes wrong." Yes. So when people, locals, are cooking at that time of the night, and that's where they are making their money. Len is a gun boy, so he will take the lead, talk to the people. Today we are coming. Kelly will double your size. We shouldn't come and it's not ready. Mm-hmm. And that lady is always happy. When he sees she's always happy because she knows that day her revenue even
will
if
double or
that
triple.
Is it.
Yeah,
that is it.
It's nice to see that you also have a collaboration with the vendors and stuff like that, so that they're also able to make some money from the Accra by Night activities.
Yes, and they're enjoying it.
And they'll call
They're
you.
enjoying it.
I
was saying that these people are enjoying the 24-hour economy more than some of us. Yes. Yeah. So from Osu Night Market, now we do the bustling streets of Oxford Street, and then we hit the pubs, Osu, Laboni, East Legon, and that's where we end it, and we come back to Attic. That's a drop-off point.
Okay. Now, what time do you start exactly, and what time does it end? Is it also dependent on how long the people want to be at a certain place?
No.
Are the spots and stops time bound?
The schedule is from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Okay.
Yes, that's the normal schedule, and so far I think we've been working with
that
time. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to actually
exciting.
pull up a video of Osu Night Market where we actually took a trip there. Get it? We took a trip there to Osu Night Market, and I must say that you see, it's not even about yes. Truth be told, it's not like the most neatest, lights with no.
It's not a bougie aesthetic place.
No, but it is. I love it. First, understanding the culture of the people there, understanding why they choose to be so heavily engaged in the evening, and looking at the various meals on display there. You know, from the kenkes to the fish. There's a gentleman that we met who does I think it's meat, pork, and all those things. You know, on the grill. Is located around the former used to be a Total station, or just before you enter the night market from the Oxford Street. Yeah, when you just drive down from the
there's
church.
A fuel station at the crossroads,
which is now being there's a fuel station there. Past the fuel station, entering the market, the guy is just on your left there. He does some amazing meat, Charlie. And you see the squad that comes to stand around there wanting to get the meat, and you ask yourself, this guy hasn't done a radio advert, he hasn't done any TV adverts, he hasn't done any social media, but he has a buzzing joint there. And anyway, I was surprised that somebody just might fly from France just all to come down here to that guy to come and enjoy. This is so now that comes to how does Accra by night amplify such people or give them the chance to be exposed with what you're doing? Are there any deliberate conversations for people to know we are coming to yours or we're coming to you with places? Is that part of the plan? Or I just want to understand if such has been laid out. If not, will there be such opportunities?
I think we have been intentional about all this from day one. The idea is 24-hour economy, and the bottom line of it is people should make more revenue. So we do speak with all these locals before we get there. They are making their money, and like you said, people can just buy this pork and whatever, and when you travel outside, your next trip when you go to Ghana, don't forget you have to go to this guy. This is a good meal, and I believe that's free advertisement for him.
I tell you what, we took a trip to Ivory Coast, and when we touched down, our connect there was like, he wants to bring us some rice and some meat to taste. You understand? So we went outskirts of the city, the capital city. We went outskirts, and then when they brought it, the way it was brought, honestly, on grounds of hygiene, the first night I said to myself was, "Masa, this food, no. It was in some rubber bag, some rubber and polythene bag or whatever it is, and some way. Oh my God." Oh my God. Shouts to DJ Lotto Bills, shouts to Bisakade, shouts to myself, shouts to look, we ate and ate and ate and ate. Same in Gambia. There's also a certain joint that they serve meat or so, and it's a popular place that when you touch down, you'd want to get meat from there. So these are actually very good initiatives, from your end. What is the plan like? What is the future of this project like?
Like we started with, night tours will grow out of Accra, probably Takoradi, Kumasi, Cape, we don't know yet, but night tour will grow out of Accra. The intention is the tourists that come to Accra, probably some don't get the opportunity to go Kumasi, Takoradi and all that. Why don't they come with us? We are all promoting Ghana. We are selling Ghana. So night tour is growing. So far, it's been amazing. We've started this journey from April. The last June was our 3rd edition, and we have had quite a number of people, not less than 250 people.
Oh.
We are going, and we are going.
I beg to ask,
what you get there.
You get
what are the cost implications like to this? Is it expensive? Is it?
For now,
Yeah.
we are still testing the markets. People are loving it. They are not just liking it; they are loving it. It's only 250 Ghana cedis.
That's affordable.
That covers your transportation, your snack on board. We do offer snacks on board.
Okay.
So your snacks and your attraction fees. Your attraction fees. So 250 for all that. And so far, people are even asking, how are you doing it?
Because that's subsidized, right? Yes, cheaper than if
so
you want
that's
to go on
actually an experience in
Osu
night market. Yes. You know, when you, and some of these experiences, I mean, you might not. This is one of the shows that we air where we just get a chance to also move around to various places. We call it Unplanned. Yeah. There's actually an extended video that highlights, you know, the night markets, and it's just beautiful. It's really beautiful. You were going to ask, Kojo.
Yes. So my question is to either Dr. Line or Charlie.
Okay.
Jay mentioned. Plans.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy I'm talking about, selling the meat. Yeah. And when we met some young people there as well, you know, who were going to Osu night market. This pepper, if you chop, look. None like other.
Jay mentioned plans, so I wanted to also speak on that because, but from an angle of sustainability, right? So I wanted to find out what the plan is in terms of maintaining that authenticity that you're selling to those who are attracted, the tourists and all of that, without actually turning it into sort of a spectacle for the purposes of attracting the tourist. Because you are selling authenticity. Let me be careful with my words. You are selling authenticity, like, you know, of Accra by night, right? So, and we know that most often than not in Ghana, experiences get gentrified. Like, things start at a certain point, and then now it becomes like, you know, it becomes this bougie thing where it's only a certain class of people that's able to access it. So what is the plan to maintain that authenticity and continue to sell it without just it becoming, at a certain point, it becoming a spectacle for only tourists, because you're looking at, you know, those who are coming in to have that experience?
Okay, so I would say there's always this rift between my accountant and Prof. So like, Prof, Charlie, it's a business thing. We want more money.
Yeah.
But Prof is not always looking at that angle. He's looking at trying to push the 24-hour economy, get everybody to be on board. Last time we had about 10 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 guys who they were so happy. I remember they were dancing at the bar we went to and all that. Then the whole thing is we'll maintain Accra by 9. We do the Kumasi edition. So we'll do Accra by 9 Tamale edition, Accra by 9 Takrady edition. So we will always get to the point where we also a government agency. We are not so let me say so much profit driven. Everybody wants cash.
Yeah, capitalist.
Yes, everybody wants cash. But we cannot go to a point where we say, let's say, not looking at Black Americans or people who are actually coming. We are looking at what everybody can get on board. It's a moment to socialize. So we can actually get to a place where we put a class on it. That'll be so bad on our part. I don't think that's something that we've actually thought of it. That we don't want it to be so bougie.
Yeah. That
only the big girls in East Legon, the big girls and the big places can afford it. Yes, no, we don't want to do that. And we always pushing. One of the interesting things we are putting in we are theming it. So I remember Prof brought the idea of old schools coming on. So I went to St. Thomas Aquinas. So Aquinas and Accra Girls Alliance will be stagger. Accra Academy and St. Mary's Akasma. So we're looking at the age group. Let's say Akasma, let's say 2011, Akasma 1990, Akasma, all these things. So and it actually doesn't get to a point where it will set the tone for a more classified look, a more bougie look. Yeah.
Maybe Kojo has a group that they have the cash. So let me chip in that we also have a party bus available. Ghana Tourism Development has a party bus available. In case you want to spend some money, you can contact us. We book that bus for you. Everything is in the bus.
All right.
Yeah. I just want clarity on something Lynn said, right? Okay. You said Accra by night, Takoradi edition, Accra by night, Kumasi edition. Won't it be more feasible to make that Kumasi by night, since you are going to these places as well, rather than saying Accra by night, Kumasi or Takoradi edition or Cape Coast edition or wherever, whichever city, edition.
Sorry, we it's a good idea, I would say, but we have to maintain what started it.
Unless Accra by night is the brand.
Yes, more or less, like that's how I'm looking at.
Okay.
So
I would say Nightor.
You want it Nightor?
Kumasi by night, Cape by night, Daddy by night.
Because making it Accra by night,
you can own it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this time around is quite interesting.
Let my government take it.
This time around is quite interesting. We actually this July edition, we want to tell the people the reason behind Accra by night.
Okay.
I just don't want to tell the story here.
Yes.
Okay. And some people know, I believe some people know the Accra by night thing. Those who have gone to certain universities. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this time around.
Oh. They gone by night. No, I mean, I know that. No, I know that, but I didn't exactly think that you modeled this based on they gone by night. Yes, okay.
I heard we can say that. Yeah,
okay, you can't say that. It's fine.
Yeah, I heard we can say that, but
it's okay to say it in person than on air.
Yeah.
So I get that.
It's interesting, every time we take you through Jamestown, this time around we're heading towards East Legon, and there's this bit. I love history, so permit me to move a bit. So what about the history of Legon? Every now and then when people come, let's take them to Jamestown, let's start the tour from there, British Accra, let's start from. What about other parts of Accra? They all have history. How was Nima formed? Do you know Medina? What's the original name of Medina? This morning I was listening to I chanced a video on Facebook that where the lighthouse is situated, it wasn't the name, it was Soko. And Jamestown was actually known as Apram. These are the interesting things. And I was saying this morning that we have to be very conscious of what we sell as Ghanaians. If you watch our social media handles, we are not pushing the idea Ghana the center of the world. And we are not owning it. It's our time we own this thing. Ghana is the truest center of the world. The 0 latitude degree 0. It's in Ghanaian territorial waters. And what are we doing about? So the narrative about who we are as Ghanaians need to be there. People are claiming in Spain, Zaragoza, they say they are center of the world. You move to Tunisia, they say they find themselves. UK is not actually the center of the world. They're actually privileged to have the prime meridian. But we have latitude, the equator, and the longitude meeting in our water. And recently I heard that moving from Cape 3 Point to that end is the shortest route. You can actually go from Tema, but moving from Cape 3 Point to that, they've just placed the floating how do you call a buoy or something just there. That is this the 0 degree? But there's even a spiritual significance to all this thing. So we have to be conscious about our narrative. What are we telling people? You walk the streets of Accra, you ask yourself, you see HP Nyamite Street. Who is HP Nyamite? You go to Medina, you always hear Medina. Why Medina? The actual name is Lankwantanan. Legon. Where from Legon, there are two schools of thought. People say it was a place where the Gans used to hunt antelopes. The word Le is antelope in Ghana. And people also people say it's Nilegon. Why Nilegon? People say the Wulome, the fetish priest, in the olden days, that's where they were trained. Our warriors were trained on top of that hill. So there's history. And we need to be very conscious. We need to tell our narrative. Thank you.
I like that. This is worth extending this conversation to even understand the history of names and places in this country. We'll look into that. But thank you so very much. Before I let you off real quickly, today we throw back to some high school experiences or senior secondary school experiences or upper six experiences, whichever generation that you find yourself in. Today we'll be hosting students from Mauko Girls as well, who also join us. But what were some of the most thoughtful moments, some of the most, some moments back in school, that's in names of teachers or students that you can't forget? I just wanted to share that before you go, real quickly.
What I would say is when I was in P3, anytime my math teacher is sick, I'm so happy. Aye. When they come to announce your teacher is sick, he won't come. Yay!
You are not the only person. You are not the only person.
People really don't like math.
Oh, my math teacher saw me in SSS and said, "Hey, are you in this school?" I was skipping class. Oh, shout out to Mr. Parry. When he saw me, he was so surprised that he said, "Are you still in this school?" I said, "Yes, I'm here." Yeah, but what about you?
Okay, so my fond memories was of actually you.
Okay.
Those days of Foresight TV.
Oh,
so somewhere 2012, 2008, and we trust Jay Foley to actually tell us what's trendy and outside Ghana in Ghana. So we get to school and it's like Monday morning. Charlie then drop the Eminem video. You spy for Sight TV. Respect.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Respect.
And thank you so much for joining us this morning on the show.
Thank you.
It's been a great conversation.